question. When was the last time someone truly listened to you? Not just nodded while scrolling their phone, not just waited for their turn to talk, but actually leaned in, made space, and heard what you had to say. Feels good, right? That's the magic we're talking about today. Welcome to video support on hosting powerful listening sessions. Those intentional convenings where we put down our phones, close our laptops, and focus on just one thing, hearing from our stakeholders. Over the next 10 minutes, we're going to show you how to turn what could be just another public meeting into something people actually look forward to. We'll cover how to set the tone and articulate a clear purpose, different facilitation moves to keep the conversation going, how to ask more and talk less, and how to handle those awkward silences without breaking a sweat. So grab your coffee, close those extra browser tabs, and let's get into it. Because when we truly listen, we might finally realize the incredible power and wisdom of those we serve.
Sharing a clear purpose and establishing agreements are really the foundation of a high-quality listening session. As a facilitator, you want to help create the container where deep listening and honest sharing can happen. So first, of course, make sure everyone understands the purpose of the listening session. Do not assume anyone knows the reason why they're there. Be very clear. It's important to share as much as you can up front about your project. Although it can feel disruptive once you're in the groove of asking questions, if someone does come late, it's important to summarize that information briefly so that anyone new to the group knows what's going on. Another important strategy is to establish agreements. Think of agreements as sort of rules of engagement for creating a space that's safer and more comfortable for everyone to share. Because listening sessions are usually pretty short on time, you can bring a set of agreements, suggested agreements for the group, like the ones you see on the screen, or something you already use in your organization. Just make sure you ask if there are any clarifications from the participants or if they have any they want to add to the list. Post them in a place where everyone can see them throughout the time together. And then as a facilitator, it's really your job to make them living agreements. You should know them really well too, so that you can turn to them if there's a moment that needs a reset or you need to think about them together as a group. So use them as one of your many tools to make the session go well. As a facilitator, it's our job to create a space for all voices to be heard. Sometimes, though, that can be tricky, especially when there are some people who are more eager to contribute than others. Every person in your session brings unique experiences, insights, and solutions. Some people just need a little bit more time or different kinds of invitations to contribute. Here's one tip. When I'm facilitating, during introductions, I draw myself a little map with the names people want to be called. This is like an imperfect participant tracking system. Then during the session, I can quickly note when people are contributing or maybe write a few notes of things I want to return to. And it just helps me keep track and remember people's names. Now comes a little bit trickier part, which is helping dominant voices be quiet without shutting them down completely. So I keep a few sentences that I've practiced and I'm ready to use at any point. Here's one example from my facilitator brain. Thank you so much, Maria. I want to pause what you're saying right now so that we can hear from others about this same topic. See what I've done there with that sentence? I acknowledged Maria's contribution while asking her to pause for a few moments and inviting others to contribute. Another simple sentence is just to say, all right, I'd like to pause so that we can hear from a voice or two who hasn't been able to contribute in a while. With that sentence, I'm also asking those dominant voices to pause because they have been contributing, and I'm inviting, while not demanding, others to contribute. It's a simple but effective strategy, so keep those sentences practiced and in your back pocket.
All right, confession time. Facilitators, we like to talk a lot. We know stuff. We want to help. We've got great ideas. And before you know it, we're doing 80% of the talking in a listening session. Irony, right? Here's the thing. In a listening session, your words aren't the star of the show. Your participants' words are. So your job isn't to fill the air. It's to create a space so others feel safe to fill it themselves. Because when you talk less, a few things happen. Participants open up more. You uncover perspectives you didn't expect. The group feels heard, and that's the point. So, how do you actually talk less? Let's break it down. Tip number 1, embrace the awkward pause. Silence feels weird, but it's your friend. People often need a few beats to gather their thoughts, so count to 5 in your head before jumping in, or better yet, think of all the questions you could ask while you're waiting. Tip number 2, use nonverbal cues. A nod, a smile, jotting down notes, can keep someone talking without you saying a word. Tip number 3, set a self-check. Every few minutes, ask yourself, am I talking more than listening right now? If the answer is yes, zip it. Remember, as a listening session facilitator, your power isn't in what you say, it's in how well you help others say what they need to.
Great facilitation is all about asking good questions. You'll show up at your listening session with a set of questions already developed in your protocol. But it's your job to help deepen the conversation with a second layer of questions that we often call probing questions. There are a few great probing questions that are really easy to remember. Number 1, can you tell me more about that? Number 2, how did you feel? And number 3, could you give me a specific example? Together, these 3 probing questions will cover almost any scenario. As you ask other probing questions, just make sure to keep them open-ended, keep listening, and don't ask anything that's leading or gently inserts your own opinion. When do you know if you should ask probing questions? Well, probe if someone's answer is too short and there might be more behind it. Probe if there seems to be a contradiction in what they say or how they're saying it. For example, someone may say something, but their body language may be something different. Probing while you never actually force an answer. You don't need to probe with those folks who are already sharing a lot in their answers, and don't probe if you're running out of time and you need to get to the next topic in your protocol. Overall, don't worry too much about asking the perfect question. Just keep asking and keep listening.
Facilitation is a spectrum, and it's up to you to determine what method is appropriate for any given listening session. On one side of the spectrum is controlled facilitation. This is you as the conductor of an orchestra. You set the tempo, determine who plays when, and keep everyone on the same sheet of music. It's great when you have a tight agenda, a critical decision to make, or when you're managing, shall we say, a spirited group. If the conversation tries to wander off, you gently bring it back on track. Perhaps you say, I appreciate where this is taking us, but with 2 minutes left in this section, why don't we refocus our attention on this specific question? On the other side, there is loose facilitation. This is you as the lead of a jazz band. There's a basic structure, forward momentum, but improvisation, creativity, and divergence are encouraged. It's ideal for brainstorming, team bonding, or exploring new territory where you want unexpected ideas to surface. So in your listening session, there might be times when you let productive conversation roll on because it's exploring an important topic or helping people connect those ideas. Ultimately, facilitation is a spectrum, controlled to loose, and typical facilitation falls in the middle. The trick isn't picking one style forever, it's reading the room. If people are stuck, tighten things up. If energy is high and ideas are flying, loosen the reins and let creativity breathe. Sometimes you'll even shift styles mid-session to keep momentum. So the next time you're leading a group, ask yourself, do we need the precision of a controlled approach, the openness of a loose one, or the balance of something in between? And that's a wrap on listening sessions. At the end of the day, it's pretty simple. Make space, stay curious, and actually hear what people are saying. You'll be amazed at what you learn when others have the opportunities to tell their stories. Thanks, all.